said to move on and keep going. Imagine we had one more life, one more shot at sunrise. Erase everything, start with new eyes. Practicing tragic goodbyes. Wanna dance wild. Kept a coffee cup on my nightstand. Not to reminisce, just a reminder to never go back to a life we shared. Anytime I'm feeling the urge to look at a picture, oh, I get so confused. 'Cause I swear I am so over you. My mommy told me that we shouldn't worry. Daddy told me just a good story. He said to move on and keep going. Imagine we had one more life, one more shot at sunrise. Erase everything, start with new eyes.
One, two, coming off the top, y'all know how we do. Listen, I'ma drop a freestyle you can cherish. I'ma send a shout out to the host named Eric. Yo, he's never on some average shit. You know Eric, he stays loud and passionate. I'm about to break it down for y'all with the clever song. Yo, shout the host named Thomas, cause he's never wrong. Yo, shout to John, you know that he's smart and quiet, unlike my freestyles, which cause a riot. I'm about to do it like this, cause the people love me. Shouts out to PHP the Ugly. It's called ugly cause it's not professional, but I'm about to come through and bless it with style. So let's do it when I'm spitting, I perfume the room. Yo, the segment of the show is called Doom and Gloom. That came from Thomas. Yeah, can nobody go beyond this? I get the mic and then I'm about to keep it like a promise. Yeah, and y'all know we fill them up with anguish. We talking about the PHP, the programming language. About to break it down, no exaggeration. What do y'all do for a living? Web applications. Okay, I can dig it. My words spray tight. They getting together on the Thursday nights. Yeah, when it comes to rhyming, you can call me the new dude. I spew true lyrics while y'all broadcast on YouTube. So let's get it. You know my lyrics are major. All up in the comments, they got plenty of haters, but they doing what they doing. Keep it ugly. We ending every show with the saying it's lovely. Let's go. Hey, shout out to y'all. Peace to the whole squad, man. Hope your channel is doing real well on YouTube. Hope you guys are having fun. And it was an honor and blessing to do this little custom freestyle for y'all. Hope you enjoy. Stay up. Yeah. Come on. Hey.
Hello there. October 26, 2023. This is episode 358 of the PHPUgly podcast. I am one of your humble hosts, Eric Van Johnson, and this is a podcast where we like to talk about PHP, the programming language, the community, and our business that's focused on PHP. We get together every Thursday night, and you can be part of that show by joining us in our Discord at PHPUgly. Nope, that would be wrong too. Discord.phpugly.com. You can pop in there and chat with us during the show. You'll see, if you're watching the live stream, you'll see the chats going up along the side of the show. And you can also help us out by suggesting titles. We do appreciate that. We also appreciate our sponsors, honeybadger.io and PHP Storm, as well as PHP Architect, as well as our fantastic supporters on Patreon. And we're going to talk about all of them a little bit. But for now, let's bring in our fellow PHPers, our other peers, the other people peeing. John Congdon.
I have so much I want to say, and I just don't know where to start. So I'll just say happy birthday to my little sister, Kelly, her 40th birthday. That was weird.
And Tom right up.
And you're muted.
Way to go. Way to go. Just
happy birthday,
we haven't been doing this for however many years. Yeah, happy birthday, John Congdon's sister.
Kelly.
Kelly.
Yep.
Oh, right. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
How's everybody doing? So this is our last show before Halloween. Hence, I brought out my nice gear, my nice Halloween gear, and I'm ready to go. Glad to see you guys put on your costumes as well. Thank you for that. Appreciate it.
I'm very scary.
Yeah, you can go a little.
You can't tell
In
the
general.
Java developer.
What? You're dressed up like a Java developer?
Yeah. It's a really similar look, but it's much scarier.
You got the neck beard going on. Got that. That looks good.
Dude, we really need to trim this down.
I figured out my costume like day of. I think my kid, as of a couple days ago, my kid wants me to be Tom from Tom and Jerry, and he's going to be Jerry.
So you just
please dress up like Tom right out. Just show up. Wait, what? No, this is what we're going with? Oh, man, that'd be awesome. All right. We got Perth, Australia in the house. Camp is with us. Oh, God. The kids are here. All the kids are in town, so that's fun. Happy to have that going on. And
A's is here too.
Oh, we got A-Woods. A-Woods is around.
Yep.
Nice.
For
Welcome.
sure. Yeah. How was your Eric? How was your week, Eric? How was your Eric week?
Kind of weird, I guess. I at the end of the show last week, I had all sorts of issues with my Pop! OS machine, and I had even decided that I was going to just rebuild, just reinstall, just blow it away. I had actually been wanting to do that for a while because I had encrypted the disk, which is all fine and dandy, except with my Bluetooth keyboard, every time I reboot, I have to physically plug in the keyboard because, Bluetooth doesn't kick in yet. So I figured it wasn't a laptop. It wasn't leaving my house. And I really wasn't worried if the FBI came in and took it and there's nothing on it. So I was going to remove the encryption off of it. But it's so hard, man. Like, I have everything dialed in perfectly. So I told you, John, I'm like, you know what? Since we're going to Austin, I'm going to need to have a laptop. We had bought these M2s for PHP Tech. I'm like, let me get this thing up to speed so we don't have to worry about that. And I'd done all this, stuff, and I'd gotten this new 49-inch ultra-wide monitor, and I came across the little trick that my monitor can actually host both machines at the same time. Pair that with Synergy, and I'm like going back and forth. I forget that I'm on two machines here. I literally caught myself today trying to drag stuff from one machine to the other machine. I'm like, why won't this drag? I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, different machine.
You had Synergy though?
I do have Synergy, yeah.
You can do drag and drop across machines in Synergy.
Windows. You're
is
talking
it
about
only
Windows.
Windows?
You're trying to drag a window over, right?
Well, I tried to drag files too, but yeah, you're right. I did try to drag Windows as well, but I was trying to drag a file. So now I don't know. I don't know where this leaves me moving forward. I had actually thought that I didn't have to worry about rebuilding my machine, which I wasn't looking forward to anyways. And then I think yesterday or the day before I had the same issue. I'm like, God damn it! And so I'm gonna have to rebuild it. I think I'm gonna wait until I get back from Austin. I like the way everything's set up now. Like I do all my little GUI stuff over here, and then I have my terminal that goes to my Pop OS, but I still have GUI stuff on my Pop OS that I can run, and it's nice when it works.
I tried doing that on my 39 inch, whatever this widescreen monitor is, and I just wasn't a fan. The resolution was just off. So I ended up just going strictly Mac, which, thank you, that was a great idea you had. Like, make sure you're ready for Austin. So I've been wanting to move over to it more anyway. So I did the side-by-side thing like you did for a while, and then ended up just going pure Mac. But I can quickly switch over to Pop OS. I still have Synergy running, so I can drag my mouse over as if I'm on there and quickly toggle to the other input on my monitor. Do whatever I need to on the Pop OS machine, and then head right back.
So you think you're gonna stick with the Mac then, moving forward?
Probably. I'm still on the fence on it. There are certain things that I really like, and then other things I'm like,
Such assholes.
I've
been talking about how great the Mac experience has been, and every time I bring up liking my Mac, you're like, they're such garbage and poo-poo me.
No, we
I
haven't.
don't think so.
We
We were
using
Macs
Macs
before you were.
Yeah.
You were the one that used to shit on us about Macs. We didn't. I
That's
think
when I was correct.
What you're confusing is that there was nothing that appealing drawing me back to a Mac. I had done the Mac. I was really happy. So when John and I got our Pop OS machines, you couldn't get this configuration on a Mac. You couldn't get the hard drives, and you couldn't get the RAM. So I would, and even today, like the GUIs, like at least the way I use the machine, because I do so much in the terminal that it really doesn't feel that different from going from one machine to the other. Like I'm not blown away. Matter of fact, there are actually things I really dislike on the Mac. The one being the file system. I really do not like how Finder works. It's horrible. And I have noticed that I am reaching for my mouse so much now, because on my Pop OS machine, I can manipulate my windows and move things around all through my keyboards. And where you have like you can kind of do that on the Mac by doing your control arrows. Who uses arrows? But it doesn't really give you the granular control that I had on my Pop machine. And I didn't realize how much I used that, because I thought, I'm like, that's fine. I'll be fine without it. And I catch myself all the time trying to move windows around with my keyboard. I'm like, I'm hoping somebody can tell me, oh yeah. There's an app for that, because there seems to be an app for everything on the Mac. So, but again, because I've been using so much open source stuff, everything just translated over. I kind of thought about it. I'm like, maybe I should go back to Table Plus, because that's what I used to use. But I'm like, nah, I've been using Data Grip. I've been getting work done with Data Grip, and I have Data Grip on my Pop OS machine, and those all sync together. So I'm good. I think I'll stick where I am. And yes, I know there's a Table Plus for Linux. It sucks. Don't use it. How about you, John? How was your week?
Data Grip is where it's at for me.
What'd you break this week, John?
Very happy with that. What? Why would you assume I broke something?
Because it's been a rough past 6 episodes. Something has broken every week for a pretty lengthy amount of time now.
Yeah, I definitely have been feeling like a very poor developer. That's for damn sure.
Okay, not what I meant.
But it's what you said. You said I'm a bad developer.
I did not say that.
Okay, whatever. No, my week's been good. Getting lots of little things done. Working hard on the magazine. We're just about ready to release October's finally.
It's going to be a big one.
Yeah. Eric decided we're late every month, so let's add more articles to it.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a working theory. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, and the rest of the week has been trying to get my Mac up and like fine tuned to where I can actually work on it when I'm gone, because we're going to be gone for quite a while.
Yeah, how long are you guys gone for?
A week.
Oof.
Yeah, we do Longhorn, and we thumb on Louise it off the Grand Canyon. Wait, no, John's gonna drop me off first, then he's gonna go to the Grand Canyon and drive off the edge. Pretty sure that's what we decided.
Stop hoping for things. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
How far of a drive is it for you? Like, once we get to Dallas, we know Dallas is a couple hours from Austin.
It's much further? It's just another 2 hours. I've heard 2 and I've heard 3 hours.
Okay.
So it's not bad. I feel like I can knock it out pretty easily.
You've heard? You didn't like put it into Google Maps to find out like how long is it going to take you?
Yeah, Google Maps tells me 2. My sister tells me 3. My sister drives like Mrs. Daisy. Driving Miss Daisy. Yeah. I married her apparently, but Mrs. Daisy. I didn't marry. Mrs. Daisy is not my current wife. I just called her Mrs. Daisy instead of Miss Daisy. I can't remember which one.
What? I'm so confused. Why did you marry your sister? I'm confused.
It's Oklahoma, man. You have to before you let you in the state.
Yeah, you don't get to vote unless you're married to a family member.
I got my boosters too. That's what else I did this week. Got my boosters.
I need to do that.
Any reaction to it?
Nah, I don't typically. It takes so much. It takes so much medication. I have a pretty high threshold for a pretty high tolerance for medication in general. So yeah, it doesn't really do anything to me.
Yeah.
How about you, Tom?
Oh, it's been a really nice week. Last week was just rough. Friday was just the turd topping to a weak Sunday. It was just awful.
Okay.
I had a nice weekend, got my head straight, and came back and pushed out a bunch of stuff, a bunch of good points and tickets, and I'm very happy with things this week. So things are looking up, looking good.
Cool. Is it time to remind people that they need to get their submissions in for PHP Tech?
Absolutely, it is. Absolutely, because it ends this week. No, I still lie about that a lot because I feel like it should end this week, but it will be ending next week, which means I guess I should start looking at that. How are we looking at submissions?
How is it next week? You're still lying.
Yeah. No. Because it needs to end in October. How are we letting this go through November? I don't understand. Okay, to be clear, it doesn't until the end of November. I keep saying October. I feel pretty confident.
We should keep saying that because we keep having people say, I'll get there, I'll get to it, and everyone's always late, and then it's going to be December 12th, and they'll be like, can I still submit? And we'll be like, no, too late.
Yep.
Well, we've had quite a few more submissions. Exciting.
Cool. I do like to see that number go up. Unfortunately, it doesn't translate. It's not like if people don't get selected, they're going to buy a ticket. It's just like, no, fuck. You didn't pick me. I'm not going to your conference. Come on.
I'm
not suggesting
that. Yeah.
Can I complain about your website real quick?
Sure.
Which one?
PHP Arch.
Yeah, we know.
Oh man, you don't have to complain about it. We complain enough for everybody, trust me.
I've got something else that you might not have encountered. Somebody came up to me and said they have a web development project that they need work done on.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, if it was a small thing, I could maybe take it, but I would probably give like first bidding opportunity to you guys. And I don't have a card for you guys. So I was like, well, I know the website. Let me pull up the website and see where they talk about consulting.
No.
Where?
Yeah, that's not there yet.
It's
No,
right
it's
there.
there. Services.
Did you add it? That's just training. Oh, you did
No.
add it.
No, I didn't add it.
Oh, good job. Good job there, Condon.
So
What
I
if you
thought
think that was me?
well, maybe the Diego Dev page is still up and has the appropriate consulting
That's terrible.
information. So
Diego
I
Dev?
went to the
DiegoDev.com?
DiegoDev.com,
Yeah.
which says
No, that would not.
which says no. Please
No.
check out PHP Architect.
It does. Yeah.
And,
But it's okay. You come over here, then all you have to do is click on services and call consulting. Oh, wait. No.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Meet our trainers. Yeah.
guys just-
None of these people are training for us. None of
Yeah.
them. We should probably take this down. Yeah. There's a
Oh.
lot we need to do.
yeah. And I don't
to
want
the
to
site.
didn't want to throw you under the bus, but
But you're
job.
gonna do it anyway.
no,
job not
but you
doing
like the consulting page being under construction just made me laugh too hard.
We're pretty maxed out on consulting hours right now.
Which
but,
means
yeah.
you can get more work. You can get more employees.
Valid point. Yes,
and,
very
I mean,
valid point.
This is an expanding area of interest, and in theory,
Yes, it's
but
the
there is-
whole chef's kitchen situation, right? And,
Yeah, there
and this
is
is our
no
business. This
right,
is
there
our
is no way to
business.
actually contact you about or see a demonstration of any of what you.
But
actually
we do have some
bring
great
money.
blog posts. We got a regular click of
How
blog
did you-
posts coming in now.
How did you log in as me and create a consulting page that is under construction?
Well, it's WordPress, John. It's not that hard, really.
Oh God! Now you've identified yourself. You've outed yourself as using WordPress.
Oh, I think that's pretty common knowledge. Yeah, we've been
It's
getting a
n-
lot
it's not
of
hidden.
we've been getting a lot of plushie orders as well. The swag plushies.
Yeah, I gotta get those shipped out.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of plushie orders. Yeah, we definitely have some work to do.
They're sitting right here on my desk to be shipped.
Are they?
Yeah. Yep.
I think we got some in today as well.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So
All right.
I just wanted to bring that up in case you were wondering where all of your prospective clients were since you've moved from Diego Dev. They have no means to contact you.
Appreciate that. Thanks for pointing that out.
There is a
No,
contact us
we're not-
page right on there.
We should point out our fantastic sponsors who help us get our job done a little easier.
Thanks to JetBrains and PHP Storm for partnering with us. PHP Storm is a cutting-edge IDE tailored for PHP and web developers. Whether you're a newcomer or it's just been a hot minute since your last dive-in, there's never been a better time to revisit. With a slick, clean new UI, blazing speed enhancements, and a richer toolkit, it's transforming the way we code. It's time to start coding like a professional. Visit jetbrains.com/PHP Storm and kick off your 30-day free trial. Code smarter, not harder.
Thank you, PHP Storm.
PHP Storm.
Thank you.
You like to call out our crap work there, Tom.
I've
But
only done
let's
that
take
twice
a-
this episode.
Let's take a look at your Better Health site or whatever it's called. No, just kidding.
No, that's the one.
No, is it? Did I actually get that right?
No, you didn't.
No,
That's why I said
No,
that.
okay. Better Butter, whatever they're called. We did get some requests for the PHP Tech.tv site of people who they were curious if they should buy the virtual pass to watch the talks, but they didn't know what talks were there. I'm like, hey, that's valid. So when you come over to phptech.tv, if you don't have a login, you can now click on the library. You can click on PHP Tech 2023, and you can actually see all the talks. You can even click on the talk And you can see everything about the talk, how long it is, who the speaker is, and all that. And then if you want to watch it, all you got to do is click that, and you can watch it. And even added a little. Oh, I should log in. I wonder if that would translate over the stream. You guys talk. I'm going to try to log in here, and let me stop sharing.
You could tell. You can tell we're not developers. Although you've done a great job, Eric. I am very impressed with everything you've done. But we are not designers. Did I say developers? Designers.
Yeah, I was wondering where you were going with that personally, but
Let's let it roll and see where it goes.
Designers. Eric wants me to kind of work on some APIs to track how far into a video we've gotten that people watch, so we can kind of store it for you, and you can come back and continue watching it. We can mark the video as being watched. I just haven't gotten to it yet.
yeah,
I want to.
We sure haven't, and we really need to. All right, let me
Yeah.
share this one more time.
I really like that idea. Just magazine, everything else. Damn.
It's just I really to this day do not understand how Oscar did it without. I mean, how did Oscar do this by himself? I don't know. It's just amazing to me. All right, I lost you guys. I don't know where you guys are at, so I need to do a quick search. There you are.
That's the wrong machine. You gotta go to the other machine.
I know. It's just... All right, let me share screens again. Share this one again. All right, so now I'm logged in. Obviously, all the login stuff is gone. Click here.
You're not sharing. Don't worry.
Not sharing.
I got you.
Of course, I'm not sharing. I got you. Thank you. So check this out. I don't know if this is going to show on the stream. Let's see. Let's pick up somebody by random. Here we go. Boom. All right. Oh, it already kind of shows up. So it has this ambient color now. Oh, this is going to play the sound. Can I turn the sound off? Nope. Okay, you guys are going to hear the sound. Let me turn this down.
I mean, it's just for a sec. You're not going to play the whole thing. Just a few seconds.
No. So check it out. Jeez. So you see how it goes white here?
For some reason, right? So design tokens are a visual design atoms of the design system. Specifically, they are named entities uses.
So it has this like ambient color. The only problem is I lost my upper frame. So this should all be in a black frame here, and I lost the upper frame, but it has this little ambient coloring that goes around the video. I just love it. I mean, I didn't do any of this. This was just the JavaScript provided by the provider. Just said, hey, if you want ambient colors, add this little script. I didn't do it, but I thought it was cool.
That's really
It
neat.
was cool.
Your upper frame is a result of the control bar taking up space and pushing the video up like 15 pixels.
Thank you for that. Appreciate it. So yeah, we do actually do a little work every now and then. We have a laundry list of things to do for PHP Tech TV, PHPArchitect.com. It's crazy. We might need to hire some consultants.
I was really excited to be contacted this week by somebody who rarely reaches out for help. Eric.
What? Oh.
Eric reached out. He was having trouble getting his Pi hole working, and was asking if I had any input onto why it wouldn't be working. And I didn't have a video of him prepping the install onto the SD card, so I couldn't possibly have known that he was out of habit clicking the cancel button at the end of the wizard.
Didn't say cancel. It said, and it wasn't the end of the wizard. That's the problem. So yeah, you walk through, and then you do some prep, like answers of yes, no, and then you get to this. I forget exactly what the window said. It said something like, hey, be aware that this is about to change your networking for this machine. Blah blah blah. Just basically telling you it's installing.
Well, it says it'll format the SD card that you're installing the. No, not even there yet.
No. It doesn't do that anymore. See, that's what I was used to. I was used to it being a complete install of the disk. Of the SD card.
The image.
It doesn't do that anymore. It just installs on top of an existing Pi OS. So that was another thing that was throwing me. But yeah, you get this one prompt that says, hey, this is going to change your machine. You're basically installing DNS is what it says.
Sure.
And the left button says continue or something, and the right button says okay, or I forget what the right. Maybe it does say exit now that you say it, Tom. The right button is the one you always click. Like whenever you're doing an install, you always click the right button. And I kept clicking it because I thought it was done with the install because I'd already answered like three or four screens leading up to it. I'm like, it's got to be done by now. And
he did this at least 4 or 5 times
that day. Yes,
yeah,
4 or 5 times.
The
day
same
before.
like clicking exit at the end of the whole process, and then pulling
Because it should have been done.
putting it in the Raspberry Pi, and going, motherfucker.
It was already in the Pi. That's the thing you're not getting. Like I was SSH'd into the machine. It's actually this little guy right here. I love this little case for this machine. It's that guy right there. I was SSH'd into it, and I'd finish, and I'd go to the web browser to go to the admin interface. And it wouldn't come up. I'm like, oh, what did I do wrong there? And
let me try it again. And again.
Because of course there's no errors in the install. The install just says, okay, done. I'm like, cool, it's done.
Yeah.
So yeah, I did get that installed.
And I did tell him at the time I wasn't going to let it fly, that I was definitely going to bring it up on the podcast.
There, man of your word, Tom. I'll say that.
Another thing came up, the PHP.
Oh wait, real fast.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't tell me, Tom?
What?
Maybe it's always been this way. I don't remember, but Pi-hole admin interface is PHP.
Ah, yes, it is.
Yes, I did not know that. I don't remember
that. The PHP subreddit picked up on a video that I started watching and went, hey, I recognize that guy. And it was the getting started with HTMX. And I realized I was watching a PHP architect video.
Hey.
So you guys gained some Reddit traction, which is pretty cool.
Oh, we're gonna have to check that video out, see how it did.
So Eric was just sharing stats with me. He's like, "Yeah, our YouTube channel's continuing to grow."
Yeah.
You need to get a proper like vlogger set for Steve is the guy who does it.
Scott.
Yeah, he needs like a lav mic and a little green screen corner of him in the corner, and
he has a green screen now. But yeah, you're absolutely right. We should probably invest a little bit into his studio and get him some better equipment.
Well, you point that out, and I had the other video that we released from him was the getting started with Pest.
Yes,
that one also came out. He wanted that released before Longhorn. I think he's doing a talk on it at Longhorn.
Yeah.
What if, as a hypothetical, I told you never needed to write JavaScript again? You could just write it in PHP and run it natively on the page.
Is it being done with WebAssembly? Is it PHP?
It is.
I've heard about
so this isn't Livewire. I thought you were going to try to pitch Livewire to me. I'm like, okay.
I will draw your attention here. I'm going to have Eric. I'm going to have you show this on stream.
Okay. Which one am I doing here?
You can just share your screen.
It's I'm not doing that. I just posted it in the chat. It's a handy dandy little code pen.
Wait, what the hell is this? This is not a package. All right, I'll share it. Go ahead.
And
Explain.
You can see in the code pen file that if you zoom in on that HTML content there,
geez, that was a little too much. Still getting a few key things in here.
It just open PHP tag starts running PHP and outputting it the way that we used to in a .php file, like in a single a page per app format.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just running straight up real PHP inside the page to do all of the rendering for these divs and these weather charts and stuff like that. Even to the point where it's handling the for loop the way that PHP would normally handle a for loop, where you close it in the middle of a loop and open it back up again.
Thank you, Ben. You're the man.
So
did you not put that in Trello? Why didn't you put it in Trello?
It is in Trello.
Move it over. Go ahead.
I
Go ahead.
got it.
Go ahead, Tom.
So this is super interesting to me. I'm curious about the performance versus JavaScript doing the same thing.
Well, I mean, it looks like it is JavaScript, though, right?
But it's not.
I mean, it's just like Livewire. It's not to you, but it's JavaScript. It's just
no, it's not. There's no JavaScript here whatsoever. It's executing PHP as
the very
PHP.
top of the thing says
script type JavaScript.
MJS.
But it points to MJS, which is a compiled version of
JavaScript.
WASM. No, it's WASM.
You're WASM.
It's WebAssembly. It's a WebAssembly executable.
Right,
so it actually generates no JavaScript whatsoever.
Page. Let me switch over. Oh, I thought there was a way to switch tabs here without restarting. All right, let me go over here. So this is the actual project here.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this is sounding very Livewire-ish, very HTMX.
But it's not.
You need to zoom in a little bit on that.
I know HTMX is not PHP. That's the wrong tab to zoom in on.
If you just click on Hello World.
It is not fast. Okay.
That's it. That's
just PHP.
Correct.
What is that? It.
Correct. That's PHP.
But it's running
WebAssembly.
It's running in your browser. It's not being run on a server and then other places that do this send it to a server, they run it, and then they show the output.
Right, and it's not converting it into JavaScript or anything.
Still not impressed.
So this is the PHP engine running on WebAssembly on the client side.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, sure. What do we got? Got anything good here? Run this one. I mean, I
it's
think
cool.
It's
I'm just trying to figure out how I would actually use it.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. It's like, all right, I always like to do new things with PHP, but all right.
Well, but you could theoretically have a lightweight version of a framework for rendering templates.
Well, theoretical, it's right here, Drupal 7.
Yeah. That's the theoretical part is all the errors that you get, but
yeah, we'll ignore those right now.
You could have something like Laravel Lumen or one of these lightweight frameworks for doing logic that's safe to have on the customer's side in PHP instead of JavaScript. And it's not like it's going to be slow because it is a compiled WebAssembly component. So it's a real actual executable, engine that's running native.
Can I run this on a mobile phone? If I can't, I don't care.
Amazingly
I want PHP
enough, yes.
on a mobile phone. What?
Yes,
what?
You can. So WebAssembly support.
I know WebAssembly supports it, but
well, I mean, once WebAssembly is supported, then it's feature complete. It's just functional.
You literally have to do an npm install.
Everything is supporting it. Yeah, Safari supports it since 11.
Ben Ramsey was talking about this recently on Mastodon, so I'm going to share that in show notes as well.
You're an awesome guy. You, John, not Ben. Okay, fine, Ben too.
So it's cool functionality. It's not exactly practical yet, but if you were to be in a place where you absolutely couldn't use JavaScript, you could just start writing PHP straight into the template. It's interesting.
I mean, you could always write PHP straight in the template. PHP was
Right.
literally a template language.
Well, I mean, like, so what's going to happen is Laracon 2025 is going to happen. Someone's going to have a project built off of this WebAssembly thing that replaces Electron or does something like that, and you're going to be like, "This is the greatest new thing that's ever happened. Why didn't you tell me about it?" And
Nope.
I'm going to be like, "I know, I told you."
So put it on your calendar for Laracon 2025, and then you come back and find this episode. And I do have to apologize for just coughing into the microphone. I'm so used to my keyboard shortcut to mute my mic.
Oh,
that was on pop.
Again, such a simple thing. Why can't I mute my mic? And it's just the Scarlet mic. It's again just the Scarlet mic. All my other mics, my mic that's in my extra webcam mutes, the mic in the laptop mutes. This one won't mute.
Have you installed the Scarlet specific drivers for OS X?
You gonna install drivers? Yeah, I've never installed a driver on a Mac before.
You have to compile from source?
I don't do that either. Oh, that's something else I didn't realize how hooked I'd gotten on. So on my Linux machine, I used Brew, which was originally a Mac package manager, which was great. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'll use Brew here as well. And I use Brew until I wanted to install something that wasn't in Brew. And I'm like, okay, what the hell is the App Store? What is? And I go to the App Store. It's like, no, it's not. How do you install things? I forgot you got to go to like individual sites now and download stuff again. Yeah. It's not just like an app install and all the repos are there for you to install from.
I was complaining about this to my friend because I know that there's a bunch of OS X like free database manager things. But when I went to look for them in the App Store, all the free ones aren't listed. It only lists the paid ones.
Yeah.
Like the super basic MySQL Workbench, you have to go to a website and download it. And I'm like, why don't they just list it on the App Store? And I get the feeling that Apple's just killing competition so that they get money.
I don't know if it's still around, but when I was on the Mac before, SQL Ace was the one I preferred.
I think that's still around.
Okay, let's get to another sponsor here because there's something on John's Trello board I want to talk about, and I'm going to snipe it if he doesn't bring it up.
His Trello board's full. It's huge.
I'm going to. I was going to. We're
flowing.
We're flowing.
He's flowing real good.
Pregnant with cards.
I'm sorry. Well, most of them are the same.
Oh yeah.
I'm always doing yours. I'm going to do mine.
Like that.
To our friends at HoneyBadger.io for sponsoring this podcast. I looked for a long time for a monitoring tool that would work for me. Something that was going to be simple and get to the point. I needed clear, actionable intelligence on what I did wrong. Not walls of charts and reams of logs to tail. That's why I use HoneyBadger, the monitoring tool we always wanted. A tool that's there when you need it and gets out of your way when you don't, so that you can keep shipping. Know when critical errors occur and which customers are affected, respond instantly when your systems go down, improve the health of your systems over time, and fix problems before your customers can report them. HoneyBadger is the application health monitoring tool built for you, the developer who cares about a quality product and happy customers. Be the hero of your team and sign up for a free trial and start monitoring today at honeybadger.io. Setup takes as little as 5 minutes. See what you've been missing and fix it. Once again, that's honeybadger.io. Now let's get back to the show. Thank you, HoneyBadger.
HoneyBadger.
Did you lower your voice artificially for that?
Ben,
no, that was the AI.
Yeah, Ben, that was Eric's AI voice.
Yeah, that was my AI one.
I think on that one, little criticism, not trying to be mean. The music bed
Yeah.
needs to be lower just a little bit.
Yeah, I realize that's why I don't play that one. I need to go in there and lower the music. I went to play. I'm like, man, I almost never play my AI, and I went to play it, and then I heard it. I'm like, oh yeah,
Oh, that's right.
Damn, music's too loud.
So there's been some great conversation in Discord this week. Again, discord.phpugly.com. Kevin, you're on YouTube. Kevin Schwitzer said the highest profile use of WebAssembly is Figma, or they were questioning. You should join us over in Discord, not through the YouTube chat. I mean, it's fine. It comes in. But,
Wait, that was a question or that was a statement?
I think they think it's Figma, so they were questioning. They're like, I think this is it, but I'm not 100% sure.
Oh, interesting.
There you are. Well, oh no, you're still on YouTube. Anyway, in Discord, there was...
Discord is also scolding Eric for completely shrugging off what is really cool. So just want to point out that other people think it's cool, even if you don't. And we make this for fans.
In Discord, there has been a lot of discussion this week around API platform, and I briefly took a quick look at it. Looks really cool. And then friend of the show, fucking Steve does it again. Does a little first impressions video on YouTube. So I can't wait to watch that. I saw that a little too late today to watch it before the show.
I have to admit, so a couple things. Steve's video is just a perfect example of why it's so fantastic to be a PHP developer. First thing, Steve will live stream anything. It's a little off-putting, to be honest with you. Just a little uncomfortable, but
Steve, close the robe.
I don't think he had planned this or scheduled this. Maybe he did. I don't know. But I got the impression that he had just decided to stream about API platform and reached out to the creator, or the creator found out that he was getting ready to stream and jumped on the stream with him. And it's like,
really?
yeah, you're gonna stream. I'll jump on there with you and walk you through it. And it wasn't quite to the level of you and me doing the filament, where it was like, I just tell you to run 2 commands. You're like, okay, wait, that's it. All right. So no, we're gonna have more content than that. But it was almost that level. And I'm gonna say, you know me, I get behind a horse, and I've been a big fan of Livewire. I've been a huge fan of Filament, and I think API platform might be next. I am working on a project where one of our services is deprecating, not actually deprecating, end-of-lifing some API endpoints. I've got to go in there and I've got to upgrade the API endpoints to their new API endpoints. And it's like the perfect solution for this. And it just blew me away watching Steve's video. And it was very much like, oh yeah, you just type in a few commands, boom, you have all the documentation and all. I am, as an API developer, I am very, very interested in diving more into this one. It's weird because Laravel was my API solution because it was just so easy to use. I'm like, well, I don't know why I'd use anything else
until you watch the videos on it. SymphonyCast has a good video course on API platform.
Yeah, I think I had misrepresented API platform in the past, thinking it was Symfony. It's not. I do believe the creator works at Symfony. I don't even know if that's true anymore.
It has a Symfony bundle to make it easier, but it's not just for Symfony.
No, it definitely isn't. He's also the person behind Open API, or API platform, is also the guy who did Franken PHP, which is like the super fast PHP server. I mean, it's just like how are there people out there this smart? It just irritates the hell out of me. It's just really, really
Open source
off-putting.
advocate Eric Van Johnson, everybody.
Yeah,
Well-
it's crazy. Oh, yeah,
Well-
he is. I'm sorry, not to interrupt. It's Kevin Dunglis. I don't want to say that incorrectly, but I will. He is the creator of API Platform and, of course, Franken PHP. I'll put that in the show notes. And Symphony Core team member. So this guy just kind of does it all. I am becoming a fan of his as well.
A Wood's so inappropriate, but funny.
What he would say about me.
I love that the quote covers up your face as well. Just in shame.
Shame. API Platform even runs their own conference. Really? How long
Yep.
has this been around?
Yeah, I saw that.
Huh.
All right. Well, that's good to know.
Yeah, it's really cool with a couple lines of code, a couple annotations, especially if you have doctrine entities. It can get you a API editor, not necessarily editor. Like you can run commands against your API right away. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I'm not even joking. I mean, we're not. They're not paid sponsors. They're not sponsors of PHP Tech. They should be. But if you do a lot of API development, at least take the time and read through the documentations and maybe walk through a couple of examples.
If only we knew somebody who knew how to get in touch with the creator.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see. Like, I could really appreciate like reading it in a magazine or something. Like, just more information. Doesn't even have to be the creator. Anybody who wants to write about it. Not you, fucking Steve. You got enough on your plate. Steve is like, the guy is a animal with just education in general. I do enjoy the stuff he
Yes.
puts out.
The classic learning bear.
Yes. Well, he's more of a teaching bear, but yes.
So
Fun
I'm
stuff.
confused by this. It's been out for years, but the current version is just 3. It's just 3.2.1. Shouldn't they be at like a 9 or a 10 now?
12, 13. I mean, maybe they don't have the same Laravel release cycles.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah, maybe that's what
okay.
it is.
Yeah, I get confused by that because I keep thinking that's the right way to do it when it's actually the wrong
They
way to
haven't
do it.
seen. They have seen.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
What?
So I just noticed. I'm like, oh hey, what is this event sourcing? He does what are events on API platform? No, it's the conference. it's an event, like an event.
You've been too deep in the event sourcing world.
Oh, I really have, man.
This next one was just more of a shock to me. I was clicking around AWS recently, and all of a sudden I noticed that.
For no reason.
No, I mean I was trying to optimize something. Anyway, AWS is now going to be charging for IPv4 addresses. It just caught me off guard.
What?
Yeah, they're going to charge half a cent every hour for every public IP address you have, whether it's attached to an EC2 instance or not. They were already charging in some cases, but now it's across the board. They're going to charge it. That works out to about $44 a year per IP address that you have.
Yikes.
Like they were charging just for secondary, now it's for all of them.
I've seen interesting things like this with people doing commercial fiber installations and stuff like that, or sorry, non-commercial residential fiber installations where you hook up and your IPv4 address is a private address. It's in like the 192 range.
Really?
And they just take your traffic and route it to one real IP address at the hub.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, the IPv4 names or IP space is scarce, right? At this point, it's hard to get them. I remember back when you could get Class C's easily. Like, hey, I need a Class C. Why? Because I want it. Okay, here you go.
So what would,
So-
if you had it for an entire year, what would that end up being? I mean, you're only talking about,
$44 a year.
oh wow, you've already done the math on it? Or you,
I just said it like 5 minutes ago.
Oh, you did? Oh,
There's a Trello card that also has it.
didn't.
I wrote it in there. I wrote it in
Thanks,
there.
Tom. I was trying to make him look good, but what's content? Yeah. Yeah, we can start there on the table board.
Yep.
Right. All right. Let me get you guys keep talking. I'm gonna throw our supporters from Patreon up here.
So I'm trying to look up availability, and yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah. We're always looking for writers for the magazine. If you are interested in writing, just let us know the topic, suggest a title that you're thinking of writing on, when you think you could get us an article, and we will pay you money for said article. Right now, we're giving you the option. You can take cash or a ticket to PHP Tech, which is happening in Chicago, April 23rd through 25th. I think I got those dates right.
Sure. If not, that's when we're doing it now.
So, always looking for good content. Like we were talking about earlier, we've added a couple new columns this month, so hopefully that will be out very soon. We have readable code and radar coming out.
Yeah, I'm really excited about both those actually.
What's this radar you speak of?
It is kind of like keeping things on your radar, new tech, like learning things, kind of picking up where Education Station, the workshop left off.
Yeah.
I'm trying to I asked them for a specific topic for next month to tie into another article. And the funny thing is, it's a topic I was starting to research for myself. And then I saw Eric Mann's article come through. And I'm like, oh, great. And then I looked at him like, it's cool. It gives you the overview, but I wanted
I'm sure Eric Mann was happy to hear that.
No, only because I was looking into it for myself. So I'm like, I wanted the content, like the PHP portion of it, not just the theory around it. So I'm trying to tie the theory into like concrete examples and stuff.
I see what you did there, Ben. That was funny, Ben.
Yep. Thank you, patrons, by the way.
What else? Oh yeah, thank you, patrons on Patreon. We're getting closer and closer to 8.3 getting released, and there's a lot of talk going on
Speaking
around
of Eric Mann,
9.0 right now. The new rework for the just-in-time engine is approved and going to be moving forward as part of the core code base, the PHP core, and included in the 9.0 release, which I believe is next year.
you got a Trello card for that? I don't see one.
Of course.
No, I was just trying to fill dead air.
Brent did a great video just this week on the PHP 8.3 and potential breaking changes.
Yeah, there's some interesting stuff, like we talked about last week, especially around password hashing. You're definitely going to have to be on top of that if you're using some kind of default PHP file. We also talked last week about my new 3D printer, which you can see here isn't here. I had set it up in my office and taken the time to put up a really nice little 3D printing shop for it, and had not yet printed anything at that point. On Friday, I printed something, and it is the foulest smelling liquid. literally gassed myself out of my office for the entire weekend until I could build up the fortitude to go in and move it to the garage. So unfortunately, it is now a piece of garage furniture. But boy, it is like model airplane glue times 10. It is so robustly foul.
Kevin.
So Ben,
Kevin.
so Ben thinks that we're gonna have 8-4 next year, and then 9-0 probably after that.
Ah.
Oh, there's going to be 8-4. All right. No. Kevin, I thought Kevin was saying that Shopify recently sponsored JIT work for a developer named Ruby, but no. It's the Ruby JIT. So
yeah, because if you want something
less
done in Ruby,
impressive.
you have to pay for it now. None of the people who worked on it for free are still working on it.
They've all moved on to Rust.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. John, you ready for Austin? Is Austin ready for us?
I'm as ready as I'm gonna be. I mean, it's gonna be an early wake up on Wednesday.
Oh yeah.
What time?
Super early.
Our flight leaves at 7.
Ugh.
So I'll probably be up around 3. Head out around 4.
I'll probably be up around 3 too.
Yeah.
Just
Going to bed.
We're talking AM. We're talking AM.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he'll just be going to bed at that point.
Baldur's Gate 3.
Ben, are you going to be in Austin?
Hey Woods, did I see you gave away some tickets, or was that another Andrew Woods that gave away tickets to Austin? And why did you not offer anybody? I don't know. In a Discord you might hang out at a lot, and I don't know. People might be in. Just wondering. Asking for a friend.
It's so sad when he begs.
Bucky, I was just thinking about you, Bucky. I just drove through your neck of the woods. I'm like, I wonder what Ennis Bucky's up to. I haven't heard from him in a while.
It's going to be fun. We'll hang out in Austin, hopefully. I still haven't gone through the talks that they have since we're mostly going to be at the booth, but I'm sure we can sneak away and watch a talk or two.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Where are we at? We good on time? Look at that.
We're good.
We're at the point where my dog just started barking.
I know I haven't heard from mine in a while, which always makes me a little nervous. Okay, well, I don't know, man. I feel like that's it. I gotta be honest with you. I struggled a little bit today. I am not 100%, but
Struggled in the opening, that's for damn sure.
Yeah.
you struggled in the opening. Get out my face. What? Did I say that loud? All right. That's going to do it for episode 358. If you're watching the live stream and you're new to the show, hang out. There's a little after party that goes on. If you're listening to audio podcasts, so sorry. We appreciate you listening to. Now, listen to some Harry Mack.
Go to the YouTube channel and hang out with us there.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. That's it. I'm Eric.
I'm John.
I'm Tom. Keep it ugly.
Keep it ugly. And I totally did not cue that up. It's okay.
Keep it ugly. Keep it ugly.
Keep it ugly.
Keep it ugly.
1, 2, 1, 2. Coming off the top, y'all know how we do. Listen, I'ma drop a freestyle you can cherish. I'ma send a shout out to the host named Eric. Yo, he's never on some average shit. You know Eric, he stays loud and passionate. I'm about to break it down for y'all with the clever song. Yo, shout the host named Thomas, cause he's never wrong. And shout to John, you know that he's smart and quiet, unlike my freestyles, which cause a riot. I'm about to do it like this, cause the people love me. Shouts out to PHP the ugly. It's called ugly cause it's not professional, but I'm about to come through and bless it with style. So let's do it when I'm spitting, I perfume the room. Yo, the segment of the show is called Doom and Gloom. That came from Thomas. Yeah, can nobody go beyond this? I get the mic and then I'm about to keep it like a promise. Yeah, and y'all know we fill them up with anguish. We talking about the PHP, the programming language. About to break it down, no exaggeration. What do y'all do for a living? Web applications. Okay, I can dig it. My words spray tight. They getting together on the Thursday nights. Yeah, when it comes to rhyming, you can call me the new dude. I spew true lyrics while y'all broadcast on YouTube. So let's get it. You know my lyrics are major. All up in the comments, they got plenty of haters, but they doing what they doing. Keep it ugly. We ending every show with the saying it's lovely. Let's go. Hey, shout out to y'all. Peace to the whole squad, man. Hope your channel is doing real well on YouTube. Hope you guys are having fun. And it was an honor and blessing to do this little custom freestyle for y'all. Hope you enjoy. Stay up. Yeah. Come on. Hey.
Don't say that. You're going to scare people away, John. You're a good person, A-Woods. You're a good person.
It was supposed to be funny.
Okay.
Try anyway.
Boy, that's going to be a tough episode to cut up, isn't it?
What do you mean?
Why? It wasn't that bad.
It started twice, ended 3 times.
What are you talking about?
Nah, that's par for course for us. You know what? And it's Bucky. I actually thought, again, while I was driving through your neck of the woods, yeah, it's about time for us to start up SDPHP again because we have to, kind of work out a few kinks before we get to tech.
Yeah, I got so disappointed. I stopped doing it because we had like 2 people show up and it was us.
Yeah, it's hard. It's so hard to stay motivated like when that's happening.
I was after our first one, when we had our first one back and we had like 15 people show up at Pizza Port, I thought that was awesome. Like if we could get, even half of those people to show up at the regular meetup, it'd be great. And nobody showed up.
Yeah, but it's just not a good look that we have PHP Architect magazine like so focused on community and we can't run a community.
I think it's more location. So having it.
Oh, it totally is. Yeah. But, I mean, it's totally location, but I don't know. I thought about today. I'm if you're not familiar, John and I are 2 of the brilliant minds behind PHP Architect. Well, we didn't start it, but we're currently kind of running the ship. I thought about today. I'm like, how has PHP Architect gone this long without like a community manager? Like, when we make some money, I will hire a community manager before I hire a project manager. I see value in a community manager. Not to say I don't see value in a project manager, but I don't.
What does a community manager do?
Well, what do you think? I mean, just, grepping the name, what do you think a community manager would do? Yeah, manage
twiddle their thumbs.
Well, I mean, don't tempt me to take that title. I totally will. No, just somebody stay involved with all the different user groups out there. Help maybe coordinate some speakers for people who like if a user group is having trouble getting a speaker, like have a community manager who's kind of got their fingers on the pulse of everybody who's interested in maybe doing remote talks or who knows of companies in certain areas who might be willing to host a meetup. I just think it would be a good role for somebody at PHP Architect to have. That's how I feel about it. I feel like it's PHP Architect had a community manager-ish about 15 years ago. Oh, really? So yeah, man. I kind of want to get back into the community game. I feel like we're just not doing enough justice, but it's hard, man. So much work. I still cannot get my head around how Oscar did all this. It's amazing. Not that you don't do an amazing job, John.
It's rough. You pointed out how much better he was at like the covers. Our covers are we pick different background images, but for the most part, like I try different fonts here and there, but I'm not a designer. I don't have an eye for that stuff, and I'm trying to do the best I can with it.
Yeah, I feel like maybe we need to dial back on the fonts. Like I'm worried, like real designers see some of our covers and they're like, "Oh God, what are they doing?"
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Like just like have a font. I don't know. I mean, it always seems like a good
Latest
idea
one
when
looks
we're
nice.
doing it.
What?
Latest one looks nice.
If only we paid a company that could do a cover for us.
If only we had enough time to have a company do a cover for us. But yes, I agree with you there. We should probably try to work on our work on the release pipeline where we could have them work on a cover a few days or weeks as we're finishing it up, because we could easily start doing it earlier. We just have so much going on. It's like, okay, we'll worry about the cover last, whereas we else doing it. Kevin, what is this you're saying to us here, Kevin?
I agree. I agree with that.
I kind of feel PHP devs are too busy focusing on making a living these days. Yeah, programming is primarily economic activity. I don't necessarily agree. Well, maybe it is these days. It never was for me. I mean, I had been coding so long and wasn't making money doing it. But yeah, I don't know. I'm worried. We got a lot of old guards, but not a lot of new guards coming into the ecosystem. I mean, we get people like, I don't know how long Steve has been doing it. I think Steve is relatively new. And I have a few people who have reached out to me. I think Steve and Nuno. Well, again, I don't know how long Nuno's been doing it, but like they're the ones like in the last 5 years or so. It was refreshing to see people like that come into the community. It's like, all right, some fresh blood with some new ideas and new enthusiasm. Not that I ever was on either one of their levels, especially, I mean, I tried so hard to be like a good open source contributor, and I don't know. I guess I'm just not that good of a developer where I can just kick that stuff out.
It's a headspace thing for me. I get there sometimes, and I want to really contribute, but I mean, the stuff I'm working on is just so consuming.
See, that's the thing. It's like we have so much client work. Like I feel bad working on anything else but client work because we have so much of it. And yeah, I guess we would be in. I guess it's unique for us, especially for John and I, right? Because we don't get paid hourly; it's our company, so it's not like we can say, "Okay, well, I worked 8 hours today. I'm done. They won't pay me for more than 8 hours, so I'm gonna go do something else." And we don't have that. We have too much. We don't have that luxury, I guess.
Yeah.
Don't feel sorry for us, though. I mean, I'm not suggesting that.
I wasn't. Don't worry.
My enjoyment programming is taking our tool that we use for the magazine and making it better.
And you did do that, yeah. We got to make our own website better. All right, so Tom, you think I need to install a driver for this? I have a driver. There's a driver.
Yeah.
What brand is your monitor?
Samsung.
Okay.
I can send you. I got it off Amazon. I can send you the link.
No, it was more. I'm assuming this app that I use is an LG app. Let me.
Dude, the side by side is so clean. It just looks like 3 windows, and it's funny because I had turned off.
Good night, Ben.
Good night, Ben. Take it
Ben.
easy. See you in Austin. Oh yeah, this is our last show before Austin, huh?
Yeah. Are we gonna record next week?
What day is that actually?
The second.
Well, it'd be Thursday.
Thank you.
Thursday the 2nd.
Yeah, whatever works for you guys. If you can't, that's totally understandable.
I mean, maybe it just, I don't know. Let's play it by ear.
Tuesday's Halloween. That's
Yeah.
always so. They need to fix Halloween's date and make it like they do with Thanksgiving. It should be the last, weekend day of the month.
I feel like it should be the last Friday, right? Because the kids can do trick or treating, and then the adults still have Saturday to do party,
Yeah.
and then Sunday to recover, Monday back to work.
And the way we treat it, it should be a national holiday too.
I don't know about all that. Tom's trying to get extra days off now. I drink a lot. I need to recover.
I say we skip next Thursday. I'm
Okay.
Just saying.
All right.
I might go to the poker room there in Austin.
Yeah,
Thanks, Jacob.
Kevin is saying, he thinks PHP has at least a good 15, 20 years left in it. And the way I see PHP development in the internals development, I don't know why it would be less popular in 20 years than now. It's going to evolve with the times. As other stuff comes out, and PHP is going to adapt and bring it in. Did you guys watch the Primegen video about PHP being faster than JavaScript?
No.
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't much to it.
No, but it was just the idea that, people were comparing JavaScript to PHP as like a multi-threaded versus a single-thread thing, and he was just like, "Yeah, but you can run PHP multi-threaded. You just run it in Roadrunner or whatever, and then it beats the shit out of JavaScript." Like, it's not a fair comparison.
Eric, the reason I was asking for the brand was for the LG, they have this on-screen control, and you can actually set it up where your monitor is 2 side by side, or like 2/3 and 1/3, or 4 equally split panels. And when you drag an app into it, it goes full screen into that panel.
Well, interesting.
It
So
also
I have
has 6 and 8 splits.
I have mine set up 2/3 and 1/3 is where I'm at. It's funny because if I have it take up the whole screen now, it's like, wait, this is too much screen for one computer.
Yeah. Well, no, this isn't for the dual computer thing.
Oh, I'm
This
sorry.
This is if you have your monitor.
Oh, for
set up
window management. For the window
Right.
management.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotcha. I mean, there are apps out there. I think I'm trying this one called Magnet, which I was using near the end, but it doesn't have the same granular controls that I had on the Linux desktop. And again, the whole, like, I just want to move a window from my left and just move it over a little bit. I don't want to snap it to the right. I just want to move it a little bit or resize it. There's another thing I could do in my Pop OS where it was all keyboards. Now I got to like reach for my mouse and try to get the corner and just. I don't remember being so frustrated by that because
So
we used Mac for years.
Yeah. So you're saying Magnet is a good app?
I wouldn't say it's good. I don't even know if I'm running it anymore because I just got tired of the key combinations. I couldn't customize the key combinations the way I wanted it. So I still want to do my Vim home row to like pop things left and right, and I couldn't do that. I mean, you can try it. It's probably worth trying, but
it's not. I mean, it's $10. It's not expensive, but not cheap for something that you may not use. I mean, Mac has the built-in like left and right snapping, but that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Magnet had like you do like a third or a sixth of the screen, but again, it's not. It's 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 all. It takes up the whole vertical, so you can't do like. Well, maybe it does do. Oh yeah, that's what it was. Like I said, I stopped using it. Like you could do like the lower quarter, but you can only do the lower quarter. You couldn't do the lower third. Like you couldn't reconfigure it to say I don't want you to take a whole quarter of my screen. You just take a third of the screen for the lower right hand side. It's petty, but it, I guess if you're not used if you didn't use something like Pop where you had so much control, I guess you wouldn't care. But window management is bugging me. I got really spoiled with how much keyboard I could get done with the keyboard on the Pop machine.
A friend of mine swears by Alfred, which is a replacement for Spotlight.
No, I got something better for you. So I went to Alfred because that's what I was using the first time I was using Mac. So I'm like, hey, I used to use Alfred because I don't like the regular Spotlight. My buddy in Canada, Matt, in Canada, turned me on to
He's a totally real friend,
Raycast.
guys. He just lives in Canada.
Raycast. Check out Raycast. I am in love with this application now. Raycast. Oh, that reminds me. I owe a big hat tip to I think either A Woods or Dimitri or probably
$8 a
people.
month.
What?
Raycast, $8 a month.
Oh, there's a free tier. I don't even know what that. I don't even know what that gets you. I'm just on the free tier.
It gets you AI, cloud sync, themes, and unlimited clipboard history.
Nah, you don't need any of that. Just do the free one.
There's a team version too.
I don't know what would that do.
up to 5 shared commands, up to 30 shared quick links, up to 30 shared snippets, unlimited team members
for free.
Yeah.
The pro team is $12 a month per user.
I mean, like the extensions I have installed are out of this world here. Yeah. It has extensions for PHP Storm, so you can actually launch your project right from Raycast. There was actually an extension for that on Alfred as well. It just both of them take a little bit to configure. Let me know if you need help with that. I did figure out what the issue was.
I cannot install things on my computer that have not been approved by the software review team. So
as it should be.
That takes
I'm
2
100%
weeks.
supportive of that. Yeah. So just out of curiosity, Tom, with something like that, how do they? Because again, when I worked in the enterprise, that was a thing, and we quickly ran into a problem with extensions. Because then it was like, okay, well, we can't manage the extensions. Like if you install the browser, you also now you can install these extensions to the browser.
Yeah.
How do they manage that?
There's a list of,
do they have a policy?
Approved stuff.
It's still approved.
Yeah.
It's probably all just policy management, right? This means no. Or do they actually have tools on your system?
Can't really get into that, but.
Okay.
They do. They have a number of different management techniques.
Yeah, let me know. Oh, I didn't finish though. A Woods, all the Discord people, everybody who was trying to get me to try Obsidian, and I was. Oh, were you one of them?
Yeah, it's awesome.
I'm not gonna give you credit. I know how resistant I was on it, but I love it now.
I've heard this apology 20 times. That thing you said was really great, and I said was bullshit. I really like it now. I'm sorry about that.
It's I'm getting on to not metadata.
Is that that's the notes thing?
Yeah, it's the notes thing. You got to get the Vim plugin. And again, you can customize, so you can do your JK as escape. You can customize your Vim bindings. But it's like this. It's very Notion-ish, where I have a data view. That's what I was reading up on data view again, where basically every document that you have is you can treat as a database, and then you can reference that material on other documents through like SQL commands. Basically, I mean it's called data view, but it's very SQL-ish and how you pull the data in. And the thing I like about it the most is everything is a file in your file system. So like if I'm in my terminal and I want to add something to my daily journal, I can open it up with NeoVim, add it, and it's just it's there. So it's been yes, you as well, Tom. I owe you. It's nice. I mean, again, my issue with all these tools, Raycast, PHP Storm, Obsidian, I just go freaking extension crazy, man, and I just want to try everything. I think that's not always a good thing.
I like PHP Storm because I don't need a lot of extensions for it to work correctly.
And that's the thing. That's always been the thing with John and Vim. And the guy just, because every extension you have in Vim, you can do with Vim if you know how to do it. Like, there's no magic. But
Yeah. I
yeah,
realize I'm sitting here trying to talk and my mic was muted.
No. Oh, you
That's
got yours
funny.
muted? How'd you mute it?
Just in Restream.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Which has its own hotkey. If you have Restream active, you can just press M and it'll mute you.
Yeah, you have to have the tab active.
Yeah, I didn't. I was somewhere else. And I didn't know I was muted, hence talking and not realizing it. Kevin was asking about security updates for languages and the fact that PHP is a measly 4 years. I get it, but PHP is also moving so fast that...
Yeah. I mean, that started with PHP 7.
Yeah.
And they basically said, we need to encourage people to move off of old versions, not just sit and maintain old versions.
That's because getting from 5 to 7 was a pain in the ass, and people waited way too long. 4 to 5 was a nightmare.
Who are people, John? Are you people?
Me. I am people. So I understand why I kind of liked when they did that, because at the time I could go to my employer and say, we've got to upgrade. We can't just sit here. So that encouraging to move forward. Fact is, most people, once they get their app up and running, they just keep it running where it's at and don't even update their system. They don't apply PHP patches. So I don't know how the people that do apply patches to their system probably also keep their code up to date, or should.
Yeah, and the issue with how much money PHP Foundation has versus, doing updates and maintenance and stuff is how many people they can hire, because they're hiring C developers to do PHP functionality and features, and that ain't cheap. I mean, you can easily expect some of these developers to be making $200,000 a year.
I was going to say, you said $500K in the bank. That's nothing when you're talking about full-time developer.
Yeah, like that's enough for 2 full-time C developers working on contracts, so that you don't have to pay them for healthcare and everything like that as well. I mean, I couldn't imagine if you were hiring them as employees, that would drain your bank real fast.
I don't know how Zend would be influencing the short life cycle and what they would...
Isn't Zend gone?
It's now Preforce or Perforce, but yeah, I don't know. I don't hate it. I feel like it does help me keep moving forward, keep things up to date.
Yeah, I don't even know
push to the next version.
How many current developers do they have?
Yeah, when you talk about getting 4 years behind on you're waiting, you want those security updates 5 years later, for you then to get your code up to speed for the current version is a nightmare. And usually to get your code up and running on the next version isn't that tricky. It's if you keep up to date with the deprecations from version to version, you should be able to get your code working on the next version pretty easily.
Yeah. So right now they have 6 developers. So if it's true that they have $500K in the bank, that's 1 year of money to run with.
Mm-hmm. All right. I think I'm gonna go try out a couple of these things.
Yeah, man. Do check out that Raycast. That's my new way of keeping my fingers on the keys as far as like switching windows and doing as much as I can from my keyboard. Raycast allows you to do a whole lot. It is very fast. It even has like a fuzzy finder built in, so it's good. Give it a shot.
Thanks
All right.
for hanging out with us, Kevin, and everybody else that was in there.
100%. All right. Thank you, everybody.